Okay, anyway, my name is Derek. Excuse me. I'm the program coordinator for this course that we're going to talk about. Okay, so this is the Specialist Diploma in Robotics and Automation. I will just show some quick preview first, and then I'll show a little video about it. And then, of course, ask questions at the end. Oh, excuse me. Okay, just to clarify, because sometimes when you go online, you will see there's quite a few diploma variants. So just want to tell you that we're going to focus on specialist diplomas. You may see a few others like advanced diploma, postgraduate diploma. That's not where we are right now. So there are other types of diploma. So we are focusing on specialist diploma, which is for us, it is a 1-year course taken over 2 semesters. And then you will have a post-diploma certificate. 2 post-diploma certificates will make a specialist diploma. And this is one step up from a normal diploma from poly. Okay, so the rest, advanced diploma, postgraduate diploma, are different things. It's not the same over here. Okay, so specialist diplomas, what are they? They are tailored programs, and they give you a lot of essential knowledge and skills. So is for those who there's one of the target audience are those graduates from polys, and then they've got their basic diploma, and then now they want to get more focus on the area that they're going to work on. Because let's face it, diploma is just to prepare you for work and give you the basic knowledge and skills that you need. And sometimes when you go out and work, you start to realize that, oh yeah, I do want to know more about this area. And this is where the specialist diplomas come in. Okay, so in a nutshell, it will help increase your employability. For some people, older folks, maybe like myself, it's like a mid-career job switch. Sometimes people want to change the line, maybe tired of what they're doing. Maybe they're doing business. Oh, they want to do something in engineering. It's possible. And it also encourages lifelong learning. So to get, because things change so much, especially in technology areas like where we are. And also if you are with your current employer, you might want to upskill and do a lot more than what you are able to do right now. Okay, so before I jump into why this particular specialist diploma, the one we're talking about tonight is robotics and automation, let me show you a quick video. Okay, just a quick preview to let you see. Those were scenes from actual classrooms for this course. Okay, so this is the actual location and labs that we use. So let's see why robotics and automation. There are so many, like Yati shared, there are so many courses out there. Why might you be interested in this one? Okay, so this I took from EDB website and it's talking about advanced manufacturing in Singapore. I'm just wondering, do you know how important manufacturing is for Singapore, for Singapore's economy? How many % of Singapore's economy is tied to manufacturing? If you asked me a while ago, I would say very little because we don't have space, we don't have people. But in fact, 21%, more than 21% of the Singapore's GDP is tied to manufacturing. So there are a lot of jobs there, a lot of industry all tied to manufacturing. So that's where we come in. Automation and robotics is used a lot in manufacturing in Singapore. Even industries like food industry, like Dodo fishball and all that, is highly automated. It's a highly automated factory so that it is more efficient. So all this will really do come in. Okay, so another reason why it is so big in Singapore is because we really do have a world-class manufacturing ecosystem over here. The setup, the power, water, everything is readily available. It's also a hotspot for innovation as well. There are a lot of big companies coming in, especially wafer manufacturing, microelectronics and all that. So it is very attractive for foreign companies to come to Singapore to do advanced manufacturing. Yeah, and we do have a skilled workforce as well. People like yourselves are well trained, motivated, and to go into the workforce. So that's why advanced manufacturing is taking off in Singapore. Okay, I took this website off the SkillsFuture website, so I think Yati may recognize this. So this is all those industries that are in Singapore right now that have been mapped and studied by SkillsFuture Singapore. And you can take a look, where do you think our automation and robotics could be? For example, aerospace, electronics. Yeah, okay, it could be there. So let's take a look. I've mapped some of them, identified some where automation and robotics could be relevant. In fact, it could be more. For example, in even marine or training, adult education, there's a lot of automation involved as well. This is just a sample. Of course, it may not be exactly this, but automation and robotics really is everywhere. Okay, so it's not in one industry. You will not see in any of these industry. We won't see like automation, robotics. And that's because it's everywhere. It's not just one. And if you have heard anything about Industry 4.0, I 4.0, advanced manufacturing, okay, that's where things are really happening right now. And we do have facilities set up for all this. Okay, so Specialist Diploma in Robotics and Automation, it's a 12-month program for working adults. Okay, so anyone who is out there already working, is not for, we have full-time students, but they don't take this. It's only for working adults. Okay, later we'll talk a little bit about the different programs there. So it's for you to deepen and equip yourself with the relevant skills for this sector. And definitely is industry relevant. Okay. So this is taken from our website just to show you that this course is very practice oriented. We do a lot of hands-on and it is relevant because we do work with companies, external companies for projects and all that as well. And we do have a lot of students from companies, and they send by classes sometimes, and then we talk to them and we find out what's current, and we will try to update our curriculum to match. Okay, so what will you learn? There will be 2 semesters. Okay, in each semester you will do one post-diploma certificate. So if you join us in the April semester, you will start off with a post-diploma cert in automation. So you will focus in automation first. And if you join us in October, it will be a post-diploma cert in robotics. So you focus on automation in one semester and then robotics in the next. Okay, it could be the other way around. If you join in October, you do robotics first, but it doesn't really matter. So in each PDC, as we call it, there will be 2 subjects. So for example, automation, control interfacing, and manufacturing equipment and troubleshooting. That's for automation. And in robotics, you have these 2 subjects, okay, robotic systems and then integration and adaptation. Okay, and good news. A lot of people ask me, hey, do we have exams or not? No exams, okay? No term tests, no exams. Everything is project-based. There will be practical tests in the lab. There will be some quizzes, of course, but no sit-down exams where you have to study very hard to do it. So not to worry, okay? This course is tailored for working adults. So we do know that as a working adult, you're busy, you come in the evening to study. We'll try not to load you with homework, things like that. So we take that into account. Okay, so just now I said there's a lot of practical training, right? Of course, there's theory to back up. You do need to know the background of certain things. For example, motors, you will still need to know what is a motor, how does it work, different classes, but we don't go into a lot of details. We go into more of the practical applications. So practical training, we cover 3 things, automation, of course, You will have all the equipment there, PLC programming, the controllers for industrial controllers. You have HMIs and all the training equipment there. Robotics, we have a whole range of robots available from different companies, ABB, UR robots, and so on. Omron robots as well. And in the end, is what we realized that it's not really useful if you learn piecemeal. You do a bit of PLC programming, you do a bit of robotics or something like that. But you need to put it together. That's where it is. We are really like a system integrator. So there will be some integration involved to help you put all your newfound skills together. Okay, so next question is, of course, we were just saying it is relevant in industry and all that. Why would you want to do that? Okay, if in this line, robotics, automation, what are the career opportunities? Some of the roles you might find yourself in if you go into this line would be things, let's say associate engineer, application engineer, automation engineer, system integration where you put everything together, and maintenance, service, test, sales engineer as well, all this. My background is in automation engineering. I was in industry for almost 20 years as an automation engineer. So I do understand some of those requirements that are there. So the sectors you'll be in will be similar to what I showed you just now, in aerospace, precision engineering, semiconductor manufacturing, which is quite big right now. Companies like Micron and Global Foundries, they are the wafer manufacturers. But not only them, there are other companies that are building specialized equipment for these wafer manufacturers, and they are in Singapore as well. Okay, so pharmaceuticals, electronics, food manufacturing as well. Like I said, fishbowl manufacturing. Another thing I saw was in ABB Robotics company. We went there for a visit, and I saw a big robot being tested out. It was doing crating of eggs. So I can't remember whether Seng Chun or Chew's eggs. They do use a lot of automation in their industry. Okay, so curriculum-wise, just let me go through very quickly. For those of you who might be interested, what do you cover in automation? What do you cover in robotics? So in automation, we do cover things like advanced manufacturing. Because it is really something that is taking off in Singapore. We cover automation fundamentals like pneumatics, sensors, actuators, electric motors, machine vision systems, PLC programming, and so on. We also cover things like machine safety, troubleshooting, and all that. Things that are relevant and practical in the workplace. Okay, so some pictures of actual classes that we have had. You can see one of our students that he was injured with a neck injury, and he still came to class because he really wanted to do the project with his friends. And this is one of the labs that we do assembly of automation equipment for practice. Okay, so for robotics, what do you learn in robotics? It covers quite a lot on automated robotic systems, and not just on the robot itself, but everything else around it, like the sensors and even a little bit of PLC programming to integrate the two together. And robot programming may cover things like Omron Viper robots, the spider robots, if you have seen that before, from robots from ABB, from Universal Robotics, and so on. There is interface design. You will learn to use how to set up and program a robot to do its different tasks. Talk about safety as well. And if any one of you is involved in robotics or has been doing something with it, you would know that it's not just a robot. You can buy a robot, but it doesn't have the end effector. The end effector is the part that grips or does something. So that is really the key to the usefulness of a robot, and there will be some of that covered in this course as well. And of course, there will be some integration with the HMI, human machine interface, like the touch screens, machine vision systems, and so on. Okay, so some pictures of the robotics classes. The gentleman, the older gentleman, the more mature gentleman you see in there, he is CEO of one of the companies, and he's in his 60s. I'm sure he won't mind me saying so. And he still came to learn, and he was one of our best students. because he was very interested. He said he came to join in this course because in his line of work, even though he's a CEO of a company, he still needs to talk to his clients and he needs to know the technical background. So he came to learn. Okay, so hands-on with a robot. This is one of our robot labs in our school. Okay, so just a quick view of some of the learning spaces because the labs are really where you'll be spending your time. This is one of them. This is a training set with a robot and some automation. Okay, we have our advanced manufacturing center, which has been around for a few years. It was built at a cost of $6 or $7 million, and it is to showcase all the latest technology for advanced manufacturing. Some of the other learning spaces we have in our labs, okay, just to give you a quick overview. Okay, so I think I've come to the end of this part. This is talking about the course itself. Okay, so this is what you will learn in the course. I do have some other slides on a special program where you can come in as a work study program. So I'm not sure, maybe I'll just check with Nuris. Nuris, do you think we should go through the WSP?
Okay, you can proceed with WSP introduction also. Then later we can go with after that then we go with the Q&A. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. I won't take too long. I promise. Okay. So why we're talking about this is because the specialist diploma, it is a course. Okay, anyone can come in and take it as long as you meet the minimum requirements. It's for working adults. So there is a special program. Okay, this is a program, it's not a course. The work study program is for fresh graduates who have just graduated from poly, like Temasek Poly or Singapore Poly or any other poly, and they get employed by a company. They are already working. Then they can be sent back by their company to upskill, to take on this specialist diploma. Now, if they meet that requirement and they come back to us and come back to take a specialist diploma within 3 years of graduating or ORD, if they are in the army, they can be put in this work study program. Okay, so what's the difference? Difference in syllabus curriculum is exactly the same. Okay, we have a mix of normal working adults and work study program participants in our class. It's just how the administration is run. So work study program is attractive for our fresh graduates because they can come in with their basic diploma knowledge, and then they quickly build on it to learn about automation, robotics, to focus more on that area. And they will get rewarded. Okay, there's a reward. I mean, in a sense, motivation for this. So this is just some figures about the courses. Work study programs, there are 20 of them here. Okay, so what is a work study program? So it's the same thing. It's actually the same course. So what happens is it is to encourage fresh graduates to go back and study. Okay, so what do they get? Okay, there'll be some monetary incentive. So what do we get? Okay, for work study program, this is open to Singapore residents, Singapore citizens, and you, as a student coming back to do the work study program, you can get a grant, or maybe you'll be given like $5,000, I believe, as incentive, and the company will be paid up to $15,000 to compensate for some loss of productivity because you are spending some time working. Spending some time back in school. Okay, so there is monetary incentive for both parties. It's also one of the ways to attract and retain staff within the company. So it's something that companies also like to go into. Okay, so I'm just going to run through some of these slides. These are the standard slides that from TSA, from Nuris. So, okay, this is just showing all the different programs that are available. And our automation and robotics course is also in here. Okay, so I'll just run. Okay, so how do trainees participate? If any of you are fresh graduates, within 3 years, you can apply. You can state your interest. You can apply. You'll be matched to an employer. Okay, employ one of our companies. It must be one of our participating companies, not just any other company. So one of the companies that already agreed to do this program, and then you will meet and go and apply for a job as per normal. Okay. So after that, once you are an employee, then you could be sent back to this. This is depending on discussions between yourself and the company that employed you. Okay, and then they'll probably get their sign-on incentives. Okay, for employers, if there are any employers in our audience tonight, it's quite similar. You can apply for this program, and then we will try to match you with the best candidate we can, and then after that, it's up to you. Okay, so it is something like one of those taglines. It's just an introduction. The rest is up to you. Okay, then you can meet with the prospective employee, and then you can discuss, have the interview, and go on from there. Okay, so this is just one of the programs. Okay, so as I was saying just now, there's a sign-on incentive for trainees up to $5,000 in 2 tranches. Okay, when upon commencement you get half, and then upon completion the other 50%. And the course fee is subsidized by the company. The company will pay for you if you are the participant coming in to study. For employers, there will be some grants to offset some of the lost hours in a sense. Okay, so up to 15,000 per, yeah, and so on. So details, can contact us to find out more. I think this one of the last, this one of our WSP programs that we have, and the feeder list. These are all the programs that come into us. Not so important right now, just to show you. Okay. Okay, I think we've come to Q&A. Yeah, okay, I've got a question from Don. What is the maximum time frame, okay, allowed for completion of the specialist diploma? Okay, I think I may need Nuris to come in just to make sure I don't tell the wrong thing.
Okay. All right. Okay. It's actually at a maximum of 2 years. Okay. You know that the diploma is about 12 months, 12 month frame, which is which is 1 year. So the maximum candidature for a specialist diploma is 2 years. So meaning I understand the second part of your question, saying that are you able to take just one module per semester? At this moment, we are not opening any module, but if you're interested, yes, because you can take one module, but it will take quite some time for the spread, because if let's say you take one module in April 25, subsequently you have to wait for your results before you join another semester, because the way when we take in an applicant from taking just one module for a semester, you need to resubmit your application again for the next module, and so on. So there are total of 4 modules for this SD. So if you're looking at one module after another for different semesters, you will actually spread out the maximum candidature. And then, I mean, of course, I hope that you can pass throughout the 4 the modules that you take each semester, and then you will complete within the 2 years candidature. That will be the max, and that will be great lah. All right. For the third question, okay. For the minimum attendance requirement for the student is actually 50%. In the event you can't attend your class, you can actually refer to there's a student platform called Polite Mall, where most of the course materials will be there, so you can actually look through the course materials online. But the minimum attendance requirement is actually 50%. Then you can't postpone. Okay, if you're only taking one module, the application is different from taking one SD. So one module you take, you cannot take a semester break one module, finish up, that's it. Then unless you actually applied for the full SD. When you take the full SD, meaning in April semester, you'll be doing 2 modules. Subsequently, you feel like you want to take a semester break, you can take a break, and then you come back the next semester to actually do the next PDC. That means the other 2 more modules. And of course, the maximum candidature is 2 years. Just to let you know, for SD in robotics, we don't offer the same PDC every semester. So, like for example, if we offer PDC 1, the next semester we offer PDC 2. So if let's say you're taking a deferment, that means you actually stop for one semester, April semester, and then you stop in October semester, you may not be able to come back in the next April because we only offer the PDC that you are supposed to take in the next in October 26. Yeah. Don, I hope you are clear with my explanation. If not, you can type in, or you can also switch on your mic to reply us. Yeah.
Okay, very good questions. Covered quite a lot of things there. Okay, yeah, thanks, Don. Okay, I'll try to answer some of the other questions that came in from Xiaowan. You said we would like to know which 2 days a week and how many classes per semester. Okay, the days of the week are not fixed yet. It depends on the planning because it depends how many classes we have and all that. But usually it's Tuesdays and Thursday nights from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's either Tuesday and Thursday twice a week, okay? Or sometimes it could be Wednesday and Fridays. So usually it's this combination, either Tuesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Friday, 7 to 10 p.m. How many classes per semester? Our teaching is for 15 weeks. We teach over 15 weeks. So depending on semesters, sometimes there are public holidays in a way we have to skip that week. If not, there'll be a lot of disruption. So total is 15 weeks. 15 lessons per subject, yeah, if that makes sense. Is that okay? Did I answer your question? Okay, I'll just jump down to another question from Jun Hin Ho. Other polys part-time diploma actually have classes scheduled on weekdays and expect students to take leave. Okay, for us, I think I answered a little bit about that. It's usually run in the evening. Our classes are in the evenings from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So our students don't need to take leave. But we do understand it can be a bit tiring, but that's part-time, what we call part-time study. That's what it is. So it's in the evening. You don't have to take leave. Yeah. And class days, I think I just answered that also. So hopefully that's okay. Okay, yeah, Chopping also put that in the chat. Okay, let me scroll down a bit more. Okay, another question I have. I do notice there was one question in Q&A. I will go to that in a minute. Would there be projects and work that will require outside class time, like weekend access to labs? Okay. So for lab work, practical work, we keep it to the class time. We don't ask you to come back another time. Okay, we try to, as much as possible, to avoid that, unless can't be helped. For example, there were too many public holidays, or maybe there's a makeup. Okay, maybe somebody was not well. We will arrange a makeup. But usually, we do not ask you to come back to class outside our class times. As far as work is concerned, there will be a little bit like report writing, some research. For example, we might ask you to do a project proposal and we'll give you 2 weeks to do it. So it's all like on time, on target. As long as you finish on time and submit, it's done. But we do try to keep all this outside work that is outside class to a minimum, because we do understand that everyone is working over here, and then we don't want to stress you out too much. Okay, let me just jump to, there was one question in Q&A, so let me answer that one first. Hannibal Ong asks, on the topics covered, would there be a portion on safety and incident reporting, etc.? Okay, good question. On I think on safety we do have, but more on general. This is not a safety course because safety and incident reporting is usually part of those safety-oriented courses. We do mention it. We do cover a little bit on machine safety, but we don't really go into details because we are covering more on automation and robotics in general. But I do know that the robotics tutors do cover something on robot safety. Incident reporting, as far as I know, we don't really cover it. Yeah. But if there's anything that you want to know, because our tutors are very experienced, you can always bring it up in class, and then we will reply you or point you to the right place. Okay, for those things. Okay, going back to the chat. Let me see. Okay.
Derek,
Yep.
you can reply Lucas' question.
Okay.
If interview with company is not successful, as in not being accepted to join the company, then what will happen after?
Okay. You can come back to us. I think, Nuris, correct me if I'm wrong. You can come back to us. We try to match you with another company. Failing that, I mean, if that doesn't work out, then I think the next best would be to get just continue and find the employment with another company that you might like, who may not be on this program, but that means you will have to pay for your specialist diploma. Okay, pay for the school fees yourself. That means won't be sponsored anymore.
Yeah, unless the company that you are in wants to sponsor you, so you will be joining the CET program, but under company sponsored, because we do have the normal CET program with company sponsoring the staff. So these are the two alternative way. But Lucas, if you are just graduate, I mean graduation is graduation is within 3 years. So then you can join this WSP program. If not, you join CET, but can be company sponsored if you already have a company lah. But you have to ask them yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'll just add on a little bit to the makeup lesson. I think Muhammad Mifsal, you asked about makeup lesson. So yeah, in general, we don't have makeup lessons because we try not to allocate another time. And sometimes we have many classes throughout the whole week. So we don't have time to run another class. But if there is, let's say, miss some assessment, practical tests or something like that, no problem. As long as there's a genuine excuse like a MC or some other emergency, we will do makeup tests for you, so you will not miss out. Okay, if not, the tutors will help you, point you to where you can catch up with your any lost time. Okay, we have one interesting question from Chun Hin Ho. Says that if we have certain special interests, can we get access to lab resources to explore further? I think this one depends. It really depends on what are the special interests. If we do have other things on microcontrollers and all that, which is outside the scope, but if you're interested, you can talk to us. We can always arrange something. This is more on a one-on-one basis, or one. It's not something that we do normally. Also, it depends on the tutors whether they can help you out or not. But overall, as much as we can, we're very happy that students want to learn more, and we will try our best to point you in the right direction. I think, for example, we had some students who were thinking, hey, can I use a Raspberry Pi for a PLC to control a machine? Answer is yes, you can. And then somebody has tried it before. We could point you to talk to that person instead, something like that. Yeah, but lab resources, because the labs are usually locked outside of class time, so that's a bit difficult. But certain things maybe is possible. If the tutors are free, we can make private arrangements. I mean, one-on-one arrangements. Okay. Okay, you got one more question from WSP is a target group for fresh graduates. So does TP provide assistance linking up students doing SD to industries upon graduation? You mean for WSP? No, I mean actually for most of our students are already employed. We do have some that are in between jobs, shall I say, or doing mid-career switch. Um, I think officially we don't, but we do have a list of companies that are looking for employment. So yes, unofficially we can uh, help in that sense. Okay, point you to certain companies that are looking for employment. We try to match it up if we can, but officially the program doesn't do this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes. We do try also. We have had another program last time that when for those mid-career switchers or during COVID, a lot of people I think maybe lost a job and they came for training and they were looking to be placed in a new company. So we do try to help lah. But like I said, it's not official. As far as I know, we don't have any official program to do this. But we do have a list of companies and we do have some contacts, so we can help. Okay. Okay, Don has a question. If I'm primarily interested in acquiring knowledge in individual modules rather than pursuing full, oh, okay. I think Nuris can answer this, but yes, the short answer is yes. You can do one PDC at a time, even one subject at a time, right, Nuris?
Yes, one subject at a time is possible as well. Just that we are not opening one module for this semester unless you are interested. Then maybe we will create the module because it's not we're not opening to just taking one module for this semester. Do email me if you're interested to take the module only. But just to let you know that one module is only it's not a certificate. It's statement of completion. Okay, so it would be just like an e-cert, but it's mentioned it as a statement of completion where you can actually come back. Is valid for about 4 years, which you can come back to join taking our SD within that period. Okay, but if you're talking about one PDC, yes, you can take up one PDC. That means after you finish one PDC, then you can just withdraw, or you just put yourself in deferment until you're ready to take the other PDC again. PDC is a cert. If you finish one PDC, it will be a cert. But it still be an e-cert, not a cert, not a full certificate like a specialist diploma. I hope you understand my okay. Um, just now we have already replied on the WSP, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. If we have missed any of your questions, just let us know. You can unmute. I've allowed everyone to use their mic if you want. Okay. Any last questions? It's 7:05 already. Okay. 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 The question is, if you obtain the specialist diploma and then later you want to do a postgrad diploma, can the courses done in the SD be counted? I think this would depend on the postgrad diploma, they whether how related it is and whether they accept. It's more on the postgrad diploma side, depending on which one and which institution may or may not. Okay, so this one you would have to ask that side. Yeah, I don't know of any that give credit to specialist diploma. Yeah. Yes, sure, Hannibal. Yeah, please do. Yeah. I think so. Just looking at Lucas's question, Nuris can, right? He graduated in 2022. Can he apply for WSP next year? Oh, wait.
22 is
It's
already more than 3
26 already, yeah?
years.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it'll be either this year, is it? Or, I mean, this year or October? Is it still possible? October 25 intake?
October 25 intake is still possible. But this year intake, I mean, April is still open lah, if you are ready, Lucas. Yep. Are you still doing NS?
Okay, yeah. Any other questions?
Very typing here. Maybe I would suggest those candidates who are very keen, maybe you register your interest and you try to apply, submit whatever information you needed, and we will assess it on a case-by-case basis. For WSP, it is important that you have employment, secure employment with this company that can sponsor you. Because WSP comes with incentive for the candidates as well as company sponsorship, right, which they can get some grants from SkillsFuture Singapore. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have sent the link on WSP and also the link if any one of you is interested to join. But of course, you got to be and to ensure that there's a special selection for WSP program. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I just saw one question from Junhin Ho. Does the robotics module cover contents on AI-based trajectory planning? I'm not one of those who are teaching the robotics side. I don't believe it is there yet. I do know that many subjects are adding in AI-related topics. So I don't think it's there yet. But maybe you can email me. I will check for you. I'll let you know. Okay, Lucas has a question. Can you apply for WSP at the same time as applying to uni as a safety net if uni application is not accepted? I think it's all down to timing, really.
Actually, no one is stopping you for applying various opportunity. Lucas, you can go ahead and apply whatever you feel that you want to explore your various options.
Okay, I think it's coming down. It's 7:10 already. We have overshot the time a little bit. So, any other questions? Feel free to just contact us. And you can register your interest. Doesn't mean that you are committed. In the sense, you just register interest. So at least we have your contact. You can contact any of us and we will be happy to answer your questions. Okay. Anything else, Nuris or Joy Ping? If not, I think that's all tonight.
Thank you everyone for your time. And we look forward to receiving your application. Thank you.
Yeah. And thanks, Yati, for being here.
Hey, thanks, Derek.
Yeah, thank you.
Louise, I just speak to you later after this session.
Sure.
I'll just wait for a while.
Okay. Thank you everyone for attending this course preview. The application is ongoing until 26th of January. So those who have already submitted application, we are evaluating the applicants by batches. So you will hear from us soon. And yeah, thank you for coming for the course review today.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you. Good night.